Welcome to this lesson, Engaging and Effective Lesson Delivery. In this session, we'll focus on how to bring your lesson plans to life in the classroom. The way you deliver a lesson can make all the difference in whether your students stay engaged, understand the material, and develop the skills they need to succeed. Even the best lesson plan won't be effective if it isn't delivered in a way that captures your students' attention and motivates them to learn. In TVET, where students are mastering practical skills, lesson delivery needs to be interactive, hands-on, and relevant to their goals. By engaging your students, you can help them stay focused, build confidence, and connect what they're learning to real-world applications. An engaging lesson starts with capturing your students' attention right from the beginning. A strong introduction sets the tone, sparks curiosity, and shows the relevance of the material. Here are 3 strategies to create a compelling opening for your lessons. 1. Start with a question or problem. Pose a question or present a scenario that connects directly to the skill you're teaching. This encourages students to think critically and relate the learning to real-world situations. For example, what would you do if an electrical system suddenly stopped working? How would you troubleshoot a plumbing system leak? This approach piques curiosity and motivates students to find solutions as the lesson unfolds. 2. Use a story or example. Stories are a powerful way to engage students and highlight the importance of the skill they're learning. Share a real-world example or personal experience that demonstrates the impact of mastering the competency. For instance, I once heard about a bridge construction project that failed due to improper welding. The cost of repairs was enormous, but it could have been avoided with proper techniques. Stories make lessons memorable and help students see the relevance of their learning. 3. Show something visual. Visual aids grab attention immediately and make abstract concepts more tangible. Use a demonstration, photo, or video to introduce the topic and engage students. For example, show a short video of a crane lifting materials to discuss safety protocols. Use a completed circuit to demonstrate the goal of the lesson. Visuals help set the stage and provide clarity for what students will achieve. Whether you use a question, a story, or a visual, these techniques create curiosity and give students a clear purpose for learning. A strong opening ensures that students stay focused and engaged, setting the foundation for a successful lesson. Capturing your students' attention is only the first step. The next challenge is keeping them engaged throughout the lesson. Interaction is the key to active learning. When students participate directly, they retain more information and build essential skills. 1. Ask open-ended questions. Engage your students by encouraging critical thinking and discussion. Open-ended questions allow them to explore ideas and share their perspectives. For example, what challenges might arise when assembling this system? How would you solve a wiring issue in this circuit? These questions stimulate thought and make students active participants in the learning process. 2. Incorporate hands-on activities. Practical application is essential in TVET. Instead of just explaining a concept, let students practice it. For instance, when teaching tool use, provide students with the equipment so they can learn by doing. In a plumbing lesson, have them assemble a simple system rather than just observing a demonstration. Hands-on activities reinforce learning by connecting theory to practice. 3. Use group work. Collaboration is another way to make lessons interactive. Assign tasks that require teamwork, such as solving a problem or completing a small project. For example, in an electrical wiring class, assign pairs to troubleshoot a faulty circuit. For a construction project, have groups design and build a small structure. Group work not only engages students, but also helps them develop communication and collaboration skills, valuable traits for the workplace. The more your students are doing, discussing, practicing, and solving problems, the more they're learning. Interaction turns passive lessons into dynamic, skill-building experiences that prepare students for real-world challenges. In vocational education, your ability to explain and demonstrate skills clearly is essential. Your students are looking to you not just for knowledge, but for guidance on how to perform tasks effectively. When explaining a skill, 1. Use simple, clear language. Avoid jargon unless you're teaching it as part of the lesson. 2. Break the skill into steps. For example, if you're teaching how to weld a joint, explain each part of the process, such as preparing the materials, setting up the equipment, and executing the weld. 3. Check for understanding. Pause to ask questions or have students repeat back the steps. When demonstrating a skill, 1. Make sure everyone can see clearly. Arrange the classroom so that all students have a good view. 2. Explain what you're doing as you go. Describe each action and its purpose. 3. Repeat the demonstration if needed. Some students may need to see it more than once before they feel confident to try it themselves. Practice is where real learning takes place. It turns knowledge into practical skills that students can apply in real-world situations. Once you've explained and demonstrated a skill, it's essential to give students time and opportunities to practice independently. Guidelines for supervising practice. 1. Offer guidance and support as students practice. Be actively available to answer questions, provide feedback, and address mistakes constructively. For example, if a student struggles with a welding technique, demonstrate the correct approach and encourage them to try again. Give specific feedback like, your measurement is accurate, but check your alignment before cutting. This hands-on support helps students refine their abilities. 2. Encourage peer learning. Caring or grouping students during practice can foster collaboration and provide additional learning opportunities. For instance, pair a beginner with an advanced student to allow mutual learning through observation and guidance. Assign group projects where students divide tasks and solve problems together. Peer interactions build teamwork skills and reinforce the learning process. 3. Create a safe environment for mistakes. Reassure students that mistakes are part of the learning process and valuable for growth. For example, if a student wires a circuit incorrectly, guide them with reflective questions like, what do you think caused this issue? Share examples of professionals who learned from their mistakes to normalize error as part of improvement. This approach encourages students to embrace challenges without fear of judgment. The importance of practice. Through consistent and supported practice, students gain confidence and develop mastery of their skills. The goal is not just to help them complete tasks, but to prepare them for real-world scenarios with accuracy, efficiency, and independence. Strategies for adapting delivery. 1. For beginners. Beginners need more guidance and support as they build foundational skills. Spend extra time explaining concepts in simple terms and demonstrating tasks step by step. For example, if you're teaching basic carpentry, show how to measure and cut materials while explaining each action and its purpose. Provide ample opportunities for hands-on practice with close supervision to reinforce their confidence and understanding. 2. For advanced students. Advanced students are ready for more challenging tasks and need less direct instruction. Focus on refining their techniques, encouraging problem-solving, and introducing complex scenarios. For instance, in a welding course, challenge them to troubleshoot and repair a faulty weld independently. Offer feedback that pushes them to perfect their skills and take on leadership roles in group settings. 3. For mixed skill levels. In classes with a range of abilities, consider strategies like peer teaching to balance the needs of all students. For example, pair advanced students with beginners to foster collaboration. Advanced learners reinforce their knowledge by teaching, while beginners gain additional support. Use group projects where students can contribute based on their strengths while learning from one another. Adapting your delivery ensures that all students stay engaged and feel supported in their learning journey. Beginners gain confidence through clear instruction, advanced learners are challenged to grow, and mixed groups benefit from collaboration and mutual learning. By tailoring your teaching, you create an inclusive and effective classroom where every student can succeed. Reflection and continuous improvement. Reflection is an essential part of effective teaching. At the end of each lesson, take a moment to evaluate how it went and identify areas for improvement. This simple practice ensures your teaching evolves to meet the needs of your students. Key questions for reflection. Start by asking yourself, were students engaged? Did they participate, stay focused, and seem motivated? Did they meet the learning objectives? Were they able to demonstrate the skills or knowledge you set out to teach? What could you improve next time? Think about whether your explanations were clear, activities were effective, or time was managed well. Gathering student feedback. Your students can provide valuable insights into your teaching. Encourage them to share their thoughts with simple questions. What did you find most helpful? Was anything unclear or challenging? What could make the lesson better? Feedback can be collected through quick surveys, group discussions, or informal conversations. Applying what you've learned. Use your reflections and student feedback to refine your future lessons. Adjust teaching methods to better suit your students' needs. Update activities or materials to make them more engaging and effective. Set small goals for improvement, such as clearer explanations or better time management. Reflection and continuous improvement aren't just about identifying what didn't work, they're about building on successes and evolving as an educator. By regularly assessing your lessons and seeking student input, you ensure your teaching remains dynamic, impactful, and responsive to your students' needs. Now it's your turn to reflect and plan. Think about the last lesson you delivered. What strategies did you use to grab your students' attention and keep them engaged? How did you explain and demonstrate the skill effectively? What could you do to make the lesson more interactive or adaptable? Thank you for completing this lesson. Delivering engaging and interactive lessons is a critical skill for TVET teachers. By applying these strategies, you can foster a classroom environment where students are motivated, engaged, and equipped for success. Let's move forward to the next lesson, where we'll explore how to assess student learning and provide meaningful feedback to guide their progress.